There's gonna be hella Fred Perry's.
Yeah,
$3.99.
I still wear my Fred. I still will too.
dude, Fred Perry's were like expensive as shit. I remember.
They're $80 for a shirt. $89.
Nah, I felt that like you buy some shit and it's like it gets canceled somehow. You're like, nah, I spent too much damn money not to.
Still wear it around the house.
Yeah, exactly. This is a work shirt now.
It's like, I don't fuck with certain bands, but if I'm just cleaning around the house, I'm wearing some sketchy shirts.
I dare somebody to cancel Polo. Watch.
Oh, no, for sure.
Like, you know how much, when I'm like doing like stuff around the house, you know how much 25 to life merch I'm wearing at that point? It's like, Jesus. It's like, I'm not just going to throw it. It's a perfectly good shirt and hoodie. Like,
Wearing it.
am I
I'm
nuts?
listening to it.
We seen some sketchy shirts this weekend.
Oh, God. What'd you say? What kind of sketchy shirts did you say?
Well, there's a lifeless shirt that has a dead picture of Juice WRLD on it.
Oh, it's a new one.
Yeah. I saw that and I was like, because Juice WRLD's more in like my my people's. I was just like, wow, that is so out of
That's always
pocket.
been the lifeless theme, though. That has.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had that classic run of like the Whitney shirt, the Kurt Cobain shirt.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean the Tingle shirt. And somebody else. The Chris Farley shirt. That's what it was.
Well, like, that's kind of like something that people don't really do anymore is to have the shocking shirts. The last I remember is Joe Stanley's old band.
Departed.
No, before
Departed.
Sicker Than Most.
Yeah.
Sicker Than Most. They did a one-off thing at one of the J Money benefit shows.
Played many a show with them.
And the shirt they were selling was just a Sicker Than Most design on the front, and on the back it says Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself.
So good.
But I was like, I will never wear that. But Joe's like, yo, I printed one up in your size. I'm like, fuck, you know. It's like I don't want my man to sit on a 4X just because, you know.
No.
Yeah.
I think I might have given that to Jake.
What am I going to be
Might have given that
choosing?
to Jake.
That's a Jake shirt.
I'll have to ask him if he's got it.
Jake's got a lot of my hand-me-downs.
He better wear that to the next fucking BHMC or whatever show.
I fucking love Jake.
Whatever the symbols are or the letters, I forget.
What are you talking about?
It's kids who go to like
Is it Baltimore something Mosh Crew? I forget.
they go to Shamrock shows.
Yeah,
They're
they
great.
fucking roll deep. They're fucking great.
Yeah, there's always fucking 15
They're
of
always
them.
fucking having a good old time. It's awesome. Welcome to the Irrelevant Illiterate Podcast.
I fuck with them, dude.
Can I get the intro out, please? Yes. Jesus Christ. That's Mr. Interruption. I'm just a bad bitch. Returning guest, Tyler Sharman of Scrutinize and Don't Start None. And a first-timer, John from Harbor Discussions Productions.
Fellow podcaster.
Fellow
Yeah.
podcaster, filmer of all shows local you can come across.
I like that shit.
And
Thank you.
I wanted to give you your flowers on this, is that once Sonny Singh came into the game, a lot of people just kind of took it for granted that he was going to film every show.
Right.
And so no one else took the initiative to film as well until you popped up doing pretty much anything that would come through Baltimore. You would post about it, all genres, constantly like putting stuff up. Like, is that one of the reasons you started doing it? Because you're like, look, Sonny can't be everywhere.
I mean, yes and no. I mean, it's like I started with the podcast, like you said, and I began interviewing at shows.
Mm-hmm.
So eventually I was like, why don't I just record like a band? If I'm interviewing the band, why don't I just record their set as well? And
Sure,
then,
nice companion piece to it. Yeah.
yeah, that's kind of how it started. And then when I filmed Disturbing the Peace,
Yeah.
I kind of had some conversations that day.
Yeah.
And some people were telling me that I should or that Baltimore needed somebody to really do that on that kind of level.
Yeah.
So that's what made me like get the camera and then to really go at it full time. But Sonny's definitely a huge inspiration. And I was going to bring it up because like I've had friends of mine kind of say like, oh dude, you're like our Sonny, and it's like it's crazy to me because my first big hardcore show was Mosh Against Addiction at the Red Lion Hotel. Internal Bleeding played that.
Yeah.
I was there.
I played that.
Yep.
Yeah, so that was my first big hardcore show ever.
The Mosh event.
Yeah, and Sonny filmed it, and I have a picture on my phone that I took with him that day because like I really was like I liked what he did, you know. So he's definitely a huge inspiration for sure.
And it's just good now too, because like he's all over the fucking country,
He's
world
global.
Yeah.
now. That there's a lot of shit that's just going to slip through the cracks. So someone's got to be there to document it. and better to have like a legit camera setup than just some asshole with a cell phone up.
Yeah.
You know, because that's just for like what 15 seconds a clip. You want the full set and stuff. Yeah.
Also, you're not going to watch that.
No.
And whoever filmed it, what are you going to watch it once?
Yeah, they'll put it on their stories and forget about it. Whereas this,
Exactly.
I mean, you're gonna have a channel where everybody can go through all of your shit and just constantly watch it over and over again, because that's one thing. Like, it's same like that with physical media, with like music itself, is that there's gonna be a point in time where if it's not documented, it didn't happen. Like now, like the internet's prevalent. Like when I was younger, like a lot of the demo tapes that I had and stuff like that, and like the old VHS footage of like bands and stuff. Once that's like falls apart and just crumbles, like because it's just not a medium that lasts, that shit's gone. No one's uploaded any of it to the internet. So while you can document it happening, you definitely should.
Let alone like one of Sonny's biggest gripes is people who just record it on a VHS tape and then it just goes in a box.
Yeah.
And then it just sits in that box for eternity.
Yeah, I've had about 5 of those boxes in my basement currently. A bunch of Staples printer paper boxes full of just VHS tapes, and I could go get them switched over to digital, but
digitized.
I just don't.
You got any 25 to life?
Yeah, obviously.
Well, if you do, hey, I'll post it for you. I got you.
I'll just give you the fucking taste. The problem is going through all of them, figuring out where it is, what year it is, what band it is, because none of it's like labeled.
God forbid they be labeled.
I would love to get into that.
But there's never anything like, we didn't have it to where you could put like the band's name across the bottom or anything like that. Most you would get like a time and a date, and that's it if you're lucky.
And if the camera was set right,
But
too.
yeah, it's just like that shit's lost to time. Just those shows, those old tapes, like demo tapes or VHS tapes. So now there's no reason for you not to document what's going on locally. And Baltimore and the surrounding area of Baltimore has a lot going on now.
For sure.
And Sonny doesn't get down here as much as we want him
really.
to. So, yeah.
Yeah, and a lot of the other videographers, there's a lot of other good ones. The iPhone Archivist is a really good one. He's kind of on the smaller end, I guess. He's like, he's a little bit bigger than me on YouTube, but I'd say we're about the same on Instagram and stuff. But they ran by a guy named Walter, super nice dude. But like, I think it's 197.
I know that. I know one.
They do, you know, and Feet First, like they're obviously.
Feet First is
but
everywhere.
Pierre out of PA, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, my buddy Kurt films a bunch of shit, but he does most like deathcore and stuff like that. So, but still, it's something. But yeah, I think it's great, like what Sonny does. But I think then a lot of people start taking that task for granted.
Yeah, well, it's like I don't blame them because like you do all this work so that you could film the big shows, but then they're kind of all at the point where they can only film the big shows, or it's like that's what's taking up a lot of their time and everything like that. I would love to be able to fill that spot of taking the smaller shows off their hands, you know?
Yeah. And
doing what I can.
Getting those bands that are slipping through the cracks, get them in front of somebody.
Yeah.
And some people also, which another thing I appreciate that you do is it's mostly like hardcore adjacent music, but it's not just one type of hardcore, one type of punk, or one type of metal. It's across the board type stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And like variety. Because I know a lot of people that do film stuff is like they only film like, you know, like death metal or slam,
like
or
they
like
paint
beat
themselves
down and
into a
shit.
corner kind
and
of.
Or they from their own choosing, just like that's just what they want to film. I mean, if that's what you want to film, it's your camera. You do what you want to do, but it's kind of just limiting to what content you're going to watch.
Nah, I feel that. I grew up listening to all different types of music, though. Like, grew up on classic rock, but then when I was experimenting with the heavy stuff, I grew up on the deathcore and metalcore and post-hardcore, so it's like, I can't ignore that.
Yeah.
And it's like also respecting for me, too. If I'm at a show, even if I don't like the genre or whatever, I'm going to film it because I'm there filming the other bands and stuff.
So why not?
Yeah.
And it's just like, because honestly, if people just filmed the bands that they liked, a shit ton of bands would just be forgotten about completely.
Yeah.
Oh, so many.
I mean, I guarantee you there's been sets when you're just like, man, I really wish I'd gone to Taco Bell.
Yeah.
But you're like, fuck it. Let's just keep this thing rolling. And it's got to be appreciated because even if it's something you personally don't like, there is people out there that do enjoy it and they're going to want to see it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I have a great memory of crime rate playing the Shamrock, and I walked down to the 7-Eleven to get some Reese's sticks, and I'm still happy about my choice.
There's I think it's your footage actually,
Yeah.
and it's them playing, and I was like, they had the masks on, and so I was just yelling their full names, like you're not mysterious, like
That's funny.
but they stopped doing that.
Yeah, I noticed
Oh,
that during
that's
like a
good.
recent set. I was like, oh, no masks.
Yeah, it's like also that's got to be sweaty as shit too. Get a bunch of face pimples. Like, why got all those pimples on your face now? You're in your 30s. Like, well, I wear a mask every weekend. It's like, that's strange.
It doesn't
But-
breathe well.
Yeah, but
What I also was going to say too, we also live, or where we're at too, you know, a lot of different bands come through. Mm-hmm. And also I have this weird feeling that each band that we see and that comes through, whether it's, you know, a hardcore band or a death metal band, you don't know what's going to be the next best thing. And having him there to document
Yep.
it, it's like, you know, crazy
Yeah.
to think back. You
Yeah,
know?
you could be seeing the genesis of the next huge band or something.
Exactly.
and here you are showing a video of them in a VFW in front of like 13 people.
Exactly.
Yeah, I do think about that for sure.
That shit's funny. Like if I filmed like all the shows I used to book in Delaware, and like the bands used to come through that are like now can like pack out like a stadium or arenas and shit, playing the big like shows like that.
I can think of one.
And I had them in like church basements playing the 50 tops, you know what I mean?
Right.
But I don't have the document. All I have is like some old flyers. And it's like, fuck. If we just had one person, because we had a bunch of people that just stood there and did nothing anyway, throw a fucking camera in their hand, get them working.
That's exactly the way I've looked at it. I'm like, because here's the thing, like doing what I do isn't hard.
Yeah.
It's just hard to do it consistently, you know?
You just got to make the effort to actually do it.
Yeah. But I'm just like, I think the same thing. I'm just like, I'm just sitting here. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? I wouldn't be doing anything anyway. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A little bit of effort.
Yeah. But look, a lot of, but that's the thing. Like, it's enough effort that there's not a lot of people doing it.
Yeah.
So a lot of people are just like, I'd rather just stand there like a lump of shit, standing behind like the bass cab and shit, pretending I'm friends with the band and shit. No, just stand
on the
here,
side of
hold
the
a camera,
stage.
make yourself useful, watch somebody's merch table for them,
yeah.
sweep up, bring some sandwiches.
Hey, maybe pick up a water bottle off the
There
ground.
you
Who
go.
knows?
Yeah. Take a
did it.
flyer when
Yeah.
you know.
But
Here,
I'm not
you throw
asking.
this away.
I'm not going to ask you to name names. I'm not going to ask you to name names because I'm not a dickhead. But there has been bands when you're just like, fuck, I should rethink what I'm doing right now. There's got to have been a couple, right?
Yeah, so like, I'll name it, but it's like not just because I have anything against him, but when I did the Graffiti Pier show, there was like a noise artist, Zombie Shark, during that set. I just
yeah.
don't like noise music, you know what
Yeah.
I mean? It's like one of those crazy
Yeah.
kind of sets.
harsh for harsh sake.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah, so I was,
blowing my mind. People were like,
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's more for them. It's
crazy.
not.
yeah, so like me personally, I was like, if I wasn't filming, yeah, I probably would have go hang out with my friends. But I
Sure.
kept filming because
Yeah.
that's what I was there to do.
That's what you
It
do.
would be funny though if you on your footage you constantly just saw your wrist come up with a watch on it, and just you checking the time. It was like, geez, these guys have been at this for like 15 fucking minutes already. God damn it.
Yeah. No, there's not too many though where
Yeah.
I've been like, wow, I really want to leave right now. I try to be open minded and
Yeah.
like
Should have
stick
set up
through
the old
set.
tripod.
Yeah, nah.
That's why it's good that a younger guy's doing it, because if somebody like my age was doing it, it would have been like you'd maybe have like 2 videos a year, and then a bunch of it was just like, here's me going down the street to the wall while to get a sandwich. It's like,
If you don't lean just
Yeah.
right on the wall, it's not going to get filmed.
yeah, those noise sets are weird. I remember it was when Integrity did like 2 nights at Soundstage, maybe right before.
It was for the A389 11 years ago. I was there.
Yeah, and they did 2 nights back to back
Yeah, it was the
the-
it was the Melniks.
with the Melniks back. But one of the nights, Psy Warfare played too, which is basically
that was the first night, right?
movie footage and people banging cymbals on the floor and shit. And I was just like,
It's a lot.
and I was just like, okay, all right. And, but people were up front just vibing out to that shit, like,
Yeah.
and loving it.
yeah.
And I was like, really?
Am I enjoying this through osmosis or am
Every
I
other
fucking-
genre of music, even if I don't like it, I'm just like, okay, I can see people like this. Okay. But that's just one I'm like, how do you connect with that? Like, what about that is making you like,
Yeah.
yes,
Y'all play
yes.
covers.
For me, it's like, it's a spectacle thing in my opinion. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, I think it's definitely an attention piece kind of thing.
Yeah.
Especially when they start doing like the crazy performance movement with it. You know what I mean?
Well, this actually had like a full like movie projector screen behind them. But I was watching that. It was like old war footage and shit, obviously, and stuff like that.
Fulci does that with sick riffs.
Yeah.
Fucking next.
True. That's a fucking valid point. I saw Godflesh do it at Death Fest, and that was fine. But
Yeah, there you go.
if it's just that old black and white movie footage and you just throwing your cymbals on the ground and occasionally mushing a keyboard, like, all right.
Yeah.
Like that horse.
But dude, as soon as they did that, people were going to the merch table buying records. I was like, okay. I do have some side warfare shit, but it's because it splits with integrity and shit like that. But that was one of the few times I was like, I don't understand what people are doing here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just thought about this too, because we were talking about this on the way here about like our brains are kind of warped from going to too many hardcore shows and kind of especially like real heavy, like crazy shows in particular. So
Isn't it crazy how it changes your perspective of all other music?
yeah, so when I am filming a more slow, maybe like indie style rock kind
Yeah.
of band, I'm definitely a little more just like, you know, like I'm
Yeah.
doing my thing. It just doesn't excite me as much because I'm so used to.
You're also just matching the vibe of the show, too.
Yeah.
Like those indie rock shows, it's not like the indie rock fans are really exuberant fans. They're not like they're like, woo, like freaking out either.
Yeah.
They're kind of just like,
They like sway.
they just
and
sway,
applaud.
nod their head, and that's fine for that type of music. It fits the music. But if they were like going like batshit, like I remember when people used to like mosh hard for pop punk bands. I was like,
Dude,
Huh?
there was a long time. There was
Blink 182 used to be one of the most violent sets in Philadelphia.
That's crazy.
There was a good chunk about 13 years ago, 12 years ago when Title Fight was on their meteoric rise when it was dangerous to be near the pit.
Saves the
for
Day
that
shows
band.
were like that.
Yeah, same shit.
And you're just like, really? You're going that hard for this? But then I see the same people at like legit heavy hardcore bands, and there's like there's like stage potatoes, just like
Yo, I hope they play Memorial Field. I'm gonna fucking swing. Like, what are you talking
Yeah.
about?
like, what do you?
What?
But yeah, I just But it's got to match the vibe. Your vibe's going to match like the show's vibe anyway.
Yeah, definitely.
Like a noise show, like it's going to make you anxious and antsy, so you're going to stir a lot. Indie rock shows, you're going to kind of laze back and just chill. Like if you were to go like those like stoner bands, you'll probably just be even more just like laid back and just relaxing. Eventually, it's be funny. You're to get one of those like airline pillows that goes like that. Just, like,
Yeah.
going, like,
You had to cut out your snoring.
that would be fucking hysterical if I looked over from playing and the dude filming just had an airline pillow. It was just like,
Lawn chair and shit.
because like
Fuck
even
yeah.
if it was during my band, I'd be like, you know, man, I'm jealous of you because I'd like to be doing that too right now.
I would also like to sit down.
One of those fucking hats with like the beer cans on the side with the straw in your mouth, just fucking
I've
loving
always
it.
wanted one of them.
I do too.
The beer mitt.
Yeah. I had two things on my hat bucket list. It was one of those and the helicopter beanie, and I got the helicopter beanie.
Hell yeah.
Now you need the hybrid that fuses both together.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, that's too much hat for one person to have, dude. I don't know if I can accept that responsibility.
We gotta make it happen. Who's our craftiest listener? I'm putting this out there. I want one.
I'm sure Matt will fucking already just ordered one.
Yeah.
That fucking guy. So, what's going on in Baltimore these days?
There's a dope ass show happening on Sunday, but this is probably
It'll
gonna
be
be
out.
too
It'll
late.
be out. After-
It'll be out that day.
The 18th of...
Okay.
Yeah. But like what are other newer bands that maybe people are missing out on? And well, obviously Sharm's got his own bands. This is the time when you plug your
Well, actually, I don't think you guys know this, but I am now an official member of Morbid Deity.
I thought they were done.
Not quite,
Jesus
but
Christ.
but not too much longer. I've always been like in the background of the band. I played drums the first two shows, played bass a couple times.
Yeah.
When Sean couldn't. They practiced at my house, so they asked me to play, and I couldn't say no. It's cool rocking with those
Yeah.
guys. I love it.
Yeah, Mike fucking rules.
I do have a show I can announce. It's not actually 100%. It has been announced yet by the band, but flyers in the works now.
Oh, it will be by the time this comes
Yeah.
out, probably.
Yeah, exactly. Gumscab from Maine. I'm blanking on their friends band right now from Connecticut. Sorry. Scrutinize. Hipfire and a band from Virginia called Junkhead at Henny Max Inn on Friday, October 4th. Show will be $15.
I still haven't been to that venue.
It's a cool spot, man.
Is that the one Big Dummy's booking at?
It's actually my spot. He does his spot's been like the Shamrock Inn, but one of his shows that was actually supposed to happen at the Shamrock, we had to flip it and move it literally the hour of to the Henny Max Inn.
I remember that.
That was insane. That imagine pulling up to a show, the band's waiting to go in and load in. There's already a show happening.
That's happened to me before.
Yeah, I figured with
yeah.
Shows of
Taylor
yore.
called me as soon as I was picking up Delp the bassist of Don't Start None. As soon as I picked him up, he called me and was like, "There's another show happening right now, and it's gonna be happening all night long. Do you have another venue?" So I called my boy Jeff at the Henny Max Inn, and sure enough, there was nothing going on that night. So we moved the show right there, and I feel like if it didn't move, more people would have came.
Yeah, obviously.
Of course.
Definitely.
But with the last second move and everything, people still showed up.
How
I
far?
was gonna say.
How far was it from the Shamrock?
I want to say it's like 35-minute drive.
So
drive.
nothing to shake us.
You got to go across the tunnel.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And hopefully you had like something up on the door of Shamrock saying, "Hey, this show was moved to this place."
Think so, but definitely posted about it.
Yeah.
Like I
Yeah.
made sure to post about it on Harbor Discussions.
I
and
made a
stuff.
flyer while driving down 695, like, new venue,
Nah, I was there
doors
because
in an hour.
I drove Hipfire. Like I drove Dre and whatnot there. So I remember pulling up and we got out the car. We could kind of see something was wrong because like we could see him standing outside and a bunch of other people, and like apparently there was like a dude in a wizard cloak and shit.
Nice.
Yeah, it was like one of them weird kind of like weird rap functions. You know what I'm
Nice.
saying?
Damn, I would have invited them too.
Right? I was like, "Yo, what are you guys doing after the show? You want to come headline Henny Max too?"
Yeah, nah.
Not
it was
you
weird.
guys, just the wizard. Just only the wizard
Just
can
him.
come. He fucking great. Just throw that on like set. Oh, by the way, the wizard's playing next. Just some dude just gets up, starts casting spells and shit.
I have a show to plug. Thursday the 19th, the Wizard is playing here.
Let's go. Who's opening?
Dude, no openers.
Suck a what?
Dude,
Oh, we're playing with them this weekend.
I
Shout
love
out Jake.
I love Jake
Shout out Jake.
so much. I would give anything for him to change that fucking band name.
No.
No.
It drives me up a wall.
All the more reason to keep it.
They're fucking all nice guys. And it's like, guys, that name, you gotta do something.
Classic.
They're going to play a show soon with Shotgun and Head Bussa. Just watch.
Head Busta fucking rules.
I was
dude.
listening to Head Busta today, actually.
So good.
I
can't
wish I
wait.
could see
Who's
them while they're in the United
Shotgun?
States.
Who's Shotgun?
They were on Is It Euro a mad long time ago.
Oh.
That's a pretty hard name.
We listened to them on a listening party. They were underwhelming, sadly.
Oh.
It was really
that is-
sad.
Not anything like Head Busta, I'm guessing. That's
No. It's rarely what you expect on
I-
that. That shit, it's rarely what you expect. But god damn it. It's like, what are the, is there like what new bands are popping up in Baltimore? Like, because shit, Scrutinize is an old band now.
yeah. We're now are welcome.
Yeah, well, Gasket is a pretty new band.
I saw
And
their
yeah, they've
sets that
they've
you
gotten
put up.
popping lately. They
Yeah.
signed to Blue Grape Records not
Oh.
too long ago, which is like
Oh, the new label.
Yeah.
yeah, I think like Code Orange and Jello are on there,
Yeah.
and it's basically like
Jamie's starting it, I think.
I
Yeah.
think it used
With,
to be part of a Roadrunner, yeah.
Yeah,
He's starting it with a former employee of Roadrunner or something.
Oh, nice.
It's awesome.
I hope that means that they'll bring back that merch catalog.
Yeah, same.
Oh, the Blue Grape merch catalog was sick.
Wow.
Legendary catalog.
That's where I got all my biohazard long sleeves.
Great quality.
great quality, guys. What a great audience.
yeah.
wow.
Yeah, wow, what a great
Need
audience.
the
nailed
material
that,
shirt
actually.
dimensions.
I need
Right.
it.
But no, I've seen like I've kind of seen Gasket's progression because like I interviewed them at an auto bar show when they were like they had like local buzz and everything
Yeah.
like that, but they are definitely like one of the bands now that people are coming out to see and everything like that. Same with this band Doubt. They just played in Virginia at this like I think it was like Zap Outdoor Fest or whatnot, but like Angel Dust was like the headliner
Yeah.
of that festival. So they're another band that just kind of is getting to that bigger level and everything like that.
And we'll see them cross over soon.
Yeah.
I mean, not cross over, like step up, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Evolve.
Hipfire's another good band too.
Absolutely. They're
Who?
like the big
Hipfire.
homies. Hipfire.
is that the guys from Problem Solver?
Yeah, the vocalist from Problem Solver started that
Yeah.
band.
Because I was following that Problem Solver band. I guess that just blew up and just disappeared.
Yeah, we won't get into it on the podcast, but
Fair enough.
basically some of the members fell out. More or
Sure.
less, yeah.
It happens.
They'd be falling.
Yeah.
I've been seeing Hipfire on flyers lately too.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
I'm sure I'll catch
definitely.
them soon.
And that's what's the thing.
October 4th at the Henny Max Inn. Don't forget.
That's
I
right.
think it was,
Hipfire's opening the show.
Hell yeah.
thing that's always weird about Baltimore recently that it wasn't really an issue too much years ago is that there's kind of like two Baltimore scenes.
Mm-hmm.
And it kind of sucks because there's really Baltimore's not that type of city where they can really need to have two separate scenes, but it's like you have like the cool guys, the people that like follow like all the Flat Spot Records bands and shit.
Like Baltimore City.
They do their thing, but they can. Then there's this other like pocket of like the bands that play Shamrock and those
Yeah.
stuff that are like, and there's rarely
Raven.
crossover. Like the only person I see like that kind of crosses over those two groups of people is our friend Sean Krim, because
He walks in all worlds.
yeah, he's a fucking
He's
day
an,
walker.
he's
That
an,
guy.
he's an
But
ambassador.
it's just like
I mean, who couldn't love that?
it sucks because like Baltimore never used to be like that.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah,
every-
it's like the difference between like Philly hardcore and like PAHC, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
No, I
I
agree.
know what you mean.
How Philly used to be a separate scene from like Lansdale, even though it's only like 45 minutes to an hour away.
Exactly.
Yeah. Or how Delaware was always different, even though we're an hour
I mean,
from
fucking-
Baltimore, 45 from Philly.
Even like Philadelphia and like Doylestown or Bethlehem or something.
Yeah.
I feel like now, and I think we might have talked about it on the way here. or at
Definitely
least,
did, yeah.
Or when we were together over the weekend, but I feel like now heavy music, like the heavier side of hardcore, is infiltrating in the city a lot more than it used to before. Like, what was it last year? The Out of Pocket show.
Yeah.
That show kind of like blew the doors open. Like, okay, like
That band's been on the rise ever
yeah,
since.
heavy hardcore. Like, and Big Boy was on that show too. And
yeah,
like,
I
them
regret
too.
not going to
ever
that
since
show.
then, I feel like there's been a lot more heavier shows there. Crim's a big hand in doing that with Ethan and getting those kind of bands there. So
Absolutely.
I feel like, like the Shamrock Inn kids, like the county kids, more or less, like when you used to
Yeah.
come out to shows at the Raven Inn, like those kids,
Yeah.
there's a lot more crossover there now. And when the Shamrock started coming around, like I think one of the first big shows was that I can remember at least was when Sanction and Queensway played there.
I was there.
And I felt like there was at least, those two crowds coming together
Show.
Yeah.
in a way that, they probably hadn't before. But, it's working its way. It's one day I think there might be, that grand unified scene, but, it's got to go in pieces because, there's always just been like hey, we're doing the heavy stuff over here while we're doing the other stuff over here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we're doing the straight ahead or like the punk.
Exactly.
And it's weird because like I remember Queensway used to be one of the bands that was kind of in like the heavier hardcore kids like thing there.
Yeah.
And like the quote unquote cooler kids, like the more fast hardcore people, didn't really pay attention to them. And then all of a sudden they decided, oh, wait a minute, we've been sleeping on this Queensway band that's been in our backyard.
Oh, you mean Scott Vogel is endorsing them?
Yeah. Then all of a sudden they're like, oh, I guess we got to pay attention to them. And I'm like, you
Yeah.
guys could have been in ground floor.
Yeah, I've seen them play
Yeah.
to nobody.
I've
Right,
played with
same.
them, but when they played to nobody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know, it's like I think it just takes one band to say, like one of the bands to get bigger and say, this is just ridiculous. Let's pick and bring up one of the heavy bands with them and one of the other bands up with them, and just kind of like so everybody gets to know each other. Everybody starts talking to everybody because once those two groups start talking more often, it'll break down completely.
No,
you realize you're
and
all the same person,
you're
just
right.
with slightly different tastes.
Absolutely. And I frequently talk about this with my friends because we are like Hipfire is a good example, and I think they're a band that could definitely help to push
No, for
Yeah.
sure.
and kind of mend the two scenes together because we talk about it all the time. There's so many good bands slept on because of the two scenes, you know what
Yeah.
I mean? And like personal shit also gets in the way
Yeah.
of people collaborating and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
it sucks because like I'm personally someone like with the filming, the interviewing, and just like showing up and trying to be friends with people, I show up to any show, I'm trying to be cool with the people.
Yeah.
Trying to be friends with everybody so that I can help out and do shit. And it sucks when there's one side that I'm trying to be cool with, and they're being weird because I'm cool with these other people over here, and it's like 100%. That bothers me a lot. You know?
100%.
It's
yeah,
just,
you're
and
like,
and it's corny because like honestly, both groups of people have more things in common than they do separate.
No,
So it
100%.
just doesn't make any sense. Like another one of the bands that kind of brought that together back closer to my era was Pulling Teeth. Because they brought in a lot of those
they brought in
kids,
the freaks and hardcore,
and a lot of other kids that were like,
kids.
metal doesn't belong in hardcore. A lot of those kids kind of changed their tune when Pulling Teeth started
They're
out.
like, oh wait, this is really good.
Yeah, it just took one Canadian to bring Baltimore together for a little bit.
Who knew?
Yeah, one Canadian, that's all you need. But yeah, and like so like and it's not like Baltimore, it's a big city, but it's not like New York big, Philadelphia big. So it's just counterproductive.
I just like doing my own thing, like doing shows out in Anne Arundel County. When I was growing up, there wasn't a lot of shows in Anne Arundel County besides at like the church in Linthicum. Gideon would play there, or you would have to go to the Mac down in Crofton. You know, Glen Burnie had shows back in the day. I've seen plenty of bands on flyers back in the day, but
I played Glen Burnie a lot.
Yeah. Travis Ackerman could tell me all day long about, you know, all the different shows that happen in Anne Arundel County. But, you know, it's cool that at least I got the Henny Max that lets me do cool shows there every once in a while. You know, I might not do it as frequently as I want to, but, you know, if I got the opportunity to book a friend's band if they're on tour, or, you know, help another friend's band out that, you know, probably never played a show, and, you know, get a couple other bands together, or at least, you know, another thing for me too recently with booking shows is just trying to like you were saying, like the mixed bill shit. Like I grew up going to mixed bill shows at the art space. Like, you know, that I will always be akin to, you know, a nice, you know, hardcore band, death metal band, throw a fucking indie band on there. You could throw a fucking rock band on there. You know, it's cool with me. Kids will probably mosh.
Yep.
I love
put
that
rid
shit.
of me on any show.
Yeah.
I mean, look at the old A389 shows. They were mixed as hell, style-wise, and no one on those shows played to nobody. Everybody paid attention to every band.
Yep.
So, also, it's funny, speaking of Glen Burnie, the very first show I ever played out of state when I was in Dead and Buried was in the Glen Burnie VFW.
Let's fucking go. Right off Ritchie Highway.
Yeah.
I want to do shows there. I've been wanting to go and like approach, you know, the staff and be like, hey, what's up with it? They have wrestling events there every once in a while. So I don't know, like, I had to see what the booking situation is, but maybe we can bring it back one day. Do you remember who else was on the show?
I don't remember that one because I think it was all locals.
Yeah.
I remember who brought us down. It was X Looking Forward X brought us down. But the show we played at the same venue like a couple months later was E-Town Concrete Shai Hulud tour.
Whoa.
Yeah. It was fucking nuts.
Wow.
And it was packed.
I gotta see the flyer for that one. That's awesome.
I forget what his fucking.
I did see one flyer probably about a year ago. The venue was actually across the street from my mom's old house. I guess it was a pre-Ozfest show, but it was like Hatebreed, 100 Demons, Sworn Enemy. I think Shadows Fall was on it too.
Whoa.
And the place is a Jamaican carry-out restaurant now.
Yeah.
And it's like, holy shit. Hatebreed played right there. That's fucking wild.
Hatebreed played.
You mean Bomba Clot?
Yeah.
I saw Hatebreed a few times down College Park.
Yeah.
College Park had his. I think it was also just called College Park.
College
VFW.
Park had a second. Yeah.
They had a fucking ton of shows there.
I seen another flyer recently for a show that just had me completely like, whoa.
That E-Town Shai Hulud flyer, I might be able to track it down because the dude who I think booked it, Tom Kelshaw, I think he still has the flyer somewhere.
That'd be
I'll hit
awesome.
him up.
Fuck, I forgot what I was gonna say now. I was going to bring up another flyer.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Show you just saw recently.
Glen Burnie VFW had for that like clip. It was like about a year and a half. Had like banger like at least one a month.
Really?
It was nuts. Like really insane lineups.
Yeah.
And people came out to that, huh?
Oh,
That
yeah.
VFW was probably about 10 minutes away from the house. So.
Like Stout was there a lot.
Yeah.
25 Coming Correct both played there numerous times.
That was the flyer I was going to bring up. It was a show down in Annapolis, and it was like Denied, 25 to Life. I think Bulldoze was on it too, which just like
they left New York.
Yeah, right. That
come
too.
there.
Well, the
To Annapolis.
Right.
like all those like skinhead dudes that hung out with Stout would do those shows,
Yeah.
and they were fucking just wild. As
Yeah,
hell.
my
They were
mom's
fun.
best friend Dusty, growing up, he was the original guitarist of Stout, so
Yeah.
he probably had a hand in putting on a couple of those gigs.
Why? There's something in the back of my head. There was a show that might have not actually happened, but there was a flyer for it. I think Napalm Death or somebody played like the most random part of Maryland with
Frederick, Napalm Death, All Out War,
Yeah.
was it Full Blown Chaos?
might have been. I got the flyer at my house, but I don't think the show happened. I remember
remember
picking up
that
the
show.
flyer at Art Space for
And
that
you're
show.
like, yeah, that's where I saw it because I was like,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
What the fuck is this show? Yeah, exactly.
I guarantee you, the booker was Zach Olden.
Yeah, it was. It was
Look,
one of the shows.
Zach, nice enough guy, right? I got nothing bad
That's
to say.
exactly where I saw it.
Except the fact that he would get that lineup, right? You would get like Napalm Death in Maryland, and it would happen, but it would have like 15 pay-to-play bands opening. Quite a few times, we were one of the few bands that he would have come play that we didn't have to sell tickets because we were just like, no, we're not doing that.
the bringer shows of
Like one of them we did was that Agnostic Front show at the Auto Bar with Antidote, and it was a fucking flop.
Yeah.
But yeah, then we're like, we're not playing for fucking Zach anymore because it was basically
show wouldn't flop now.
that shit was like 9-10 bands, then us, and then one of JR's bands, JR from Next Step Up's bands. I forget which one it was.
That's crazy.
And then Antidote and Agnostic
Boys.
Front. And it might have been Oldham Boys, yes. And it just went on for fucking ever.
Yeah.
And as soon as like the pay to play bands were done, all their friends left. So here's Agnostic Front playing Autobar in front of like maybe 70 people.
He booked Scrutinize one time. One of our first
Zach?
shows. I think it was our second show. Was playing with Carnivore AD at Cafe 611. I just wanted to play.
Right. Yeah.
Well, Secret Society was playing, and I
Yeah.
wanted to chill with JR.
That's reason. Just because your friends are also there is
Yeah.
reason enough to play anyway.
and
Exactly.
he would always
For
get
me.
like headliners that were like, yeah, I want to play with that band.
It wasn't no Carnivore, but I tell you what, they sounded awesome, and
Yeah.
I got the mosh to SMD, so
Yeah.
I got what I wanted.
I remember.
He's also notorious for canceling last minute because they didn't sell enough tickets.
Wow.
I remember many a cross-check show, just like we'd be up in the air about saying yes to it, but like our guitar player would be like, yeah, but so and so will be there, and be like, yeah, we'll do it, just to chill.
I always fucking yelled at band members that would do that type of shit. I hate that move.
With the
Like they would only play if other cool bands were playing. I was like, nah, if somebody gives a shit about us enough to want to book us, we'll play for
Right.
them.
I just mean like
we're
our
not
friends
cool.
would also
We're
be
not too
playing.
cool. Yeah. We're more inclined to enjoy it if it's with our friends, but we never turn anything down just because it wasn't.
Speaking of sicker than most, I got to play at Champs with Hammerhead one time because of that.
Which Hammerhead?
The one with
Chris.
with Joe Nunn.
Oh, Joe Nunn. Yeah.
He wasn't in that.
He sang that show.
Oh. The one with Chris
It
from
was interesting.
Shadow Realm was really
Yeah,
good.
That's the one I was thinking of.
But the one with Rob Mack was not very good. Not Rob, Bob. Rob Mack. Bob Mack's the Wilkes-Barre kid.
Oh, you know what? You're right. It was the guy Chris.
Yeah.
Joe Nunn played a Shattered Realm show that I also played at the Boneyard
Yeah.
in Atlantic City.
Len was in,
I had my signals.
Len
crossed.
Carmichael was in Hammerhead. I still have a Hammerhead shirt that I just won't get rid of. It's got a shark on it, and sharks are cool.
No, that's what's up.
The Apex Predator.
Dude, fucking Champs was one of my favorite venues, though.
Champs fucking ruled.
Like venue-wise, like that place rips, dude.
Yeah.
Like the perfect size,
Yeah, it
perfect
is.
stage height,
Yo, also
great sound.
perfect backstage area for bands.
Oh hell
The
yeah!
best.
Yeah.
Nobody can go back there except for
Oh, so
them.
good, dude.
And there's no reason to.
Yeah. The bartenders were always nice as shit. They're like, dude, fuck yeah, this place rips.
Nice separate
Yeah.
venue / bar area.
Yeah.
I really want to know if once Sidebar's done, they're remodeling and everything, if what the
Are they?
situation is going to be like.
Are
Yeah,
they?
it's got a new owner.
Do they?
It's the girl from I think her name's
Feed the Scene, I think.
Rachel, I think her name
Yeah.
is.
Oh, I heard
Yeah,
about
yeah, yeah.
this.
She
She
picked it
bought
up.
the
They got
place.
progress pics on Facebook, so
That's
something's going
It's
on.
wild because
That's
that place was
encouraging.
going through like I've been going there for
God.
shit like close to 30 years,
Mm-hmm.
and it's constantly it's not always been the same people. It's always has new owners. Somehow hardcore always finds its way back into the sidebar. It's nuts.
Yeah.
that people are just like, not a single person that's bought it since I started going there late 90s. Not a single person has ever turned it down or stopped it from happening. There was never really a lull until COVID hit and Travis
Tried to kill it. Yeah.
Travis just couldn't afford to keep it open anymore. But yeah, it's always like hardcore's always found its way into the Sidebar. It is the quintessential Baltimore venue.
It was that for me and Charm.
Yeah, Charm, fucking great.
Charm, Auto Bar, and Sidebar are like the only places I've ever
The old
went
Auto
to.
Bar, the old Auto Bar,
sucked. When I
no,
first
one time.
when
it
I
was right on the corner where Sidebar is. Right on that corner was the old Auto Bar.
Really?
It had a stage that was seriously like 30 feet tall and a venue about the size of this studio. It was obnoxious.
Wow.
when I first started traveling to any show, the only Baltimore shows I got to were those three places.
Yeah. Well, Sidebar is really all you need. Well, Charm's great.
Charm
too,
was I would take Charm over 5 Baltimore venues right now.
but Sidebar has just got a special place.
That's Charm for me.
Yeah.
Where's Wilmington JC's in your rankings? Huh?
That's a thing that fucked Delaware all those years. Is you never had a consistent venue. We always had to do
Damn, man.
VFWs, Legion Halls.
Yeah.
We were
Like-
just talking about James not that long ago.
No,
Yeah.
Fucking he
No.
tried it, man.
Yeah.
No
Right.
bars.
Dude,
no bars would do all ages, except occasionally Mojo, Bar 13, whatever it's called now. But yeah, we always had to do VFWs, and that kept old heads from coming because they were like, oh, I can't just sit somewhere. Nope, it's all standing. Like, fuck that. We're old now. So all those old dudes are just like, we can
mean-
go around.
Yeah, East End, same thing.
And you'd get maybe 5-6 shows out of a VFW. Then they got tired of your shit.
yeah.
And they're like, all right, we're done. So you had to go I had to go to so many church services because a lot of the church halls, if you became a member of that church, would get you you could use the church hall for a very small amount of money. Like, it'd be like about 150
A little cheat code for you.
for a show.
Might have to look into that.
The thing that sucks is you would have to do like a month worth of Sunday
You gotta
service.
show
Fuck
face.
that.
Showed up, you eat the fucking little chip and you bounce out. But eventually they're just like, it's not worth it. It's like these kids are fucking
Yeah, it's
animals.
At what cost? Yeah.
Yeah.
People keep tagging up the bathrooms, so it's like, fucking Christ.
that was the downfall of the Raven Inn.
Yeah, well,
That's a
that's
shame.
not the only thing that killed
Well,
the Raven Inn.
Yeah.
That's not the only thing that killed the Raven Inn.
May on the Patreon.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a shit. That guy Sean was a creep. You know, but that venue fucking ruled.
It was awesome.
Oh,
What an ideal parking situation.
Yeah.
the best part is like a band sucked. You could just go through that little door to where the bar area was, and some reason, sound just didn't carry into that room. You're
No.
like, nice, dude.
Good food too.
Okay,
Yeah,
there's
dude.
fuck up some chicken wings.
They had some good.
Every
ass
time I
food.
played, I missed those wings. They were bad.
I had that show. My signal crossed with a different show, but
I loved
Raven awesome.
Raven Inn was awesome, but Sean just fucked that up for everybody.
Yeah, fuck it then.
Being a creep. But yeah.
You know, Andrew's actually doing a great job.
Yeah, I was
like
gonna say.
uncovering from the dead, like venues in Delaware.
Yeah, there's places that, like he's using that we used to book at years and years and years ago that told us go fuck yourselves because you know kids were being kids and he's fucking pulled them out. I was like, good for you, dude.
No, that shit's awesome. It would have been cool to go to the Four in Hand show, but I'd really like to make it at that Missing Link show. That's going to be awesome as well.
Yeah, Missing Link rips, dude.
Yeah, that band's awesome. And Queensway playing it too.
Yeah.
Oh, going back to Queensway.
That's 3.5 miles from here.
Oh wow.
Oh, wow. Awesome.
That place fucking rules too. That's like a brand new building.
No, it's not.
Are you sure? What was it before?
It was always that. It's remodeled.
I thought it was like something completely different
It's been.
because that whole area used to just be textile factories,
It's just remodeled.
and
It's
they
the
just
same
fucking
building.
tore all those old factories down.
No, I don't know what that owner lady's name is, but she's
Yeah.
been letting shows happen a bunch there, and she's like happy to have Delaware shows there every once in a while. Because like I was about to say, like Andrew and the people he surround himself with do a great job of like self-policing these
Yeah.
shows, and people are not fucking it up.
Yeah.
Thank God.
No, that's awesome.
I had to learn to hang drywall
Yeah.
just to do shows because like people were kicking holes and punching holes in the walls.
No.
I taught myself how to do drywall so I can go then the next day, patch a hole,
I can patch
paint
a hole
over
in
it.
5 minutes, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's these kids that have been throwing these shows at this taco joint in Edgewood,
Oh,
Maryland.
that Tijuana taco place?
Yeah, so
Oh.
at the Sinister Feelings show, the wall got completely busted, and there is a mirror that is probably about as big as that map.
Yeah.
Damn.
Shattered to fuck. Like, it, yeah.
Oh, God.
So the kids had to literally, like, go back and fix the wall and shit, and they're still doing shows there, which is cool.
Huh.
But it goes to show,
Yeah.
like, that is you might as well learn to pick
Yeah.
that up if you're going to book shows.
Dude, at the Henny Max, there's been a couple incidents, I'll say, with people running, like
Yeah.
putting a hole in the wall, or the first show I ever did, Taylor knocked down a sign.
He's a
He's
dimwit.
a menace.
He's a dimwit, dude.
We covered Irate. I can't blame him.
What song?
Transcendence.
That's a better song. Yeah, tired of people covering that same Vendetta song. Pick a different irate song. But it's funny because like then like later on, like we would find like when we would go out on tours and stuff, like we would try to like do like goofy shit at venues and just be goofballs. And then once you start booking shows, you start policing yourself. You're like,
Yeah.
wait, now what if this was a Delaware venue or a Maryland or a
I'd
Pennsylvania
be
venue?
so fucking annoyed.
So it's like, okay, I'm not going to draw a dick on the wall, or I'm not going to, kick the wall or anything like that.
I'm not gonna.
Definitely.
I'm not gonna hang
Yeah.
a sheet in front of my band.
What?
I played a show with. I played a weekend with Tourniquet
Ugh.
with Drowse, and as a bit, they spray painted and hung up like a top like a bed like top sheet in front of themselves as they played. And they played behind a sheet
That's a great bit.
with a strobe light flashing on it. It was a spectacle. And if that happened at say the Hockessin Creative Arts Center, I'd
Yeah.
be like, this is fucking stupid.
I don't know where it actually did
Please-
happen.
please
and I'll
leave.
say right now that it's fucking stupid.
It was in Rochester, I think. No, it was Binghamton.
That shit is stupid.
Well, I played Tony Hawk Pro Skater in the lobby.
That's sick.
It was awesome.
Dude, that was another sick part about Champs. He had
Yo,
a
the
Sega
video
Genesis-
games.
Sega Genesis hooked up on the
Fuck
bar.
yeah, bro.
One of the last times I played there, me and Jordan Burke were playing Spider-Man Venom Maximum Carnage.
That's dope.
That shit ruled, dude.
Yeah, there was sick pizza by Champs too.
Oh, great pizza.
Yo, I love a
spots.
venue that's got a chill spot. A couple of the house shows that Scrutinize has played, people have had like whole arcade setups
That's
and
what's up.
Damn.
retro game setups. Like it's awesome. Some people be doing with some of these house shows. Speaking of which, I want to give a shout out to the Birdhouse out in Ohio. If you're in a band, go play there. It's the coolest
Where's that
house.
at?
Is it in trees?
Lakewood. It's outside Cleveland. But the people that host the shows, the nicest people on earth, have the nicest house I think I've ever been in to go to a show. The basement sounds great. If you're in a band, go play there. They'll book anybody.
I love that now that basement venues are now great venues.
Yeah.
They used to be the worst places to play ever.
Yeah, it used to be like, I'm not fucking staying here. And now you play these house shows and it's like, oh, they got GameCube. I think I might
Yeah.
stay.
We did
We're
one.
staying here, boys.
We did one in Philly, maybe like a year ago. That House of Yarga.
House of Yarga.
Yeah.
That place rips, dude. I love that place. The people that run it are cool, and it's just, dude, there's AC.
Yeah.
The vent was right in my face when we were playing. I was like, this is great. I'm loving my life right now. But yeah,
Did you comment on it?
the whole time I was like, I think I said during our set, I was like, I gotta say, this is the best smelling West Philly house show I've ever been to in my entire life. Because normally like that, because that area used to be like crust punk central.
Yes.
And they're not much for hygiene, you know.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about. But that place used, like, the house shows around there used to be, you would leave and like the next morning you'd have black boogers because of all the mold in the walls and shit. It was brutal.
Damn.
So now it's like, okay, I'm playing in the basement and there's AC. You know, like it's clean. The people are actually nice. They're not nodding out on dope. And like, this rips, dude.
They're not-
You're not
They're
finding
not-
anal cunt patches in your pocket.
They're not hanging out
Yeah.
upstairs smoking inside.
You're not leaving with 3 Agathocles splits.
That came out that exact day.
Yeah. With bands that don't even exist.
Fucking Gothically, Jesus Christ. They have seriously
Have you ever seen them?
Yes.
Okay.
And they're great
Yeah.
live, but the thing is, like, they have, I think, at least 20 split 7-inches.
Yeah, they do. I looked at their discogs one
It's
time. It
nuts.
was. I wanted to throw
I think
up.
they only do singles and splits. I don't, and I think all of like the actual like the LPs they have are just collections of the songs from those splits is like,
Nah.
and some of those bands I'm like, that's not a band.
There's
You
no
just
way
made
you're
that up.
knowing the set list when they
Yeah.
play.
No, it's impossible, dude. Prolific.
You might know this
Oh, hell.
one.
It's like maybe, but their live sets. It was funny because like as quick as their songs are, they play a long time.
Yeah.
They play like 40 minutes.
I think the only time
Huh.
I've ever seen them play is like the that one fest out in Europe, like the Mountains Festival, like where all the slam bands be playing. I think they might
Yeah.
have played that.
They played a couple.
Well, not
fests-
just slam bands, but grind bands.
They
But
played a couple fests over here.
yeah,
I want to say they did MDF one year.
they had
I think they have to.
Yeah, but they're great live, and they're actually a good band. But it's like, calm down, guys. Like you don't need a 7-inch every 2 days. It's fucking nuts, dude.
I think one just came out.
It's fucking nuts. Like everybody's worried, like, oh, it was AI. People have like AI write their records and shit. It's like, oh man,
no,
not as
just
long as
have-
the Gothicles can do a 7-inch every
just have
month.
a
searching for
Gothicles
the
do it.
Agathocles Come and Correct split. Back to basics exclusive.
It's bound to exist.
See, that's the thing though. When Rick used to do that with the Come and Correct splits and shit like that, it would always be he would just grab 2 songs off their last full length and throw it on a split. The same recording and everything.
Wow.
Whereas Agathocles are doing new material all the time. You're just like, all right, that's respectable, but calm down, man. You don't need that many songs. But
I love it.
Rick was Jesus Christ. I don't want to get into Rick's discussions. I talk about that dude too much.
No, it's on the next bingo board.
The next bingo board, dude. I'm sorry. 25 to Life still rips though.
Agreed.
Yeah, it just sucks so bad that it'll never happen again the way you want it to. Though when they did it with Stickman, that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that irate cover discussion made me think I want to see a Fury of 5 cover.
Yeah.
That would be
Depends
dope.
though, because I don't like the last 2 albums.
The only
I'm
band
not talking about the last 2 albums. I'm talking about something from At War with the World.
only band
That's
I've
what I'm
seen
talking. I don't like that
covered
Oh.
Fury of 5, I think, is Face Wreck. And what I was gonna say when we were talking about old footage earlier, AJ used to have one of the best channels on YouTube for hardcore.
Really?
Yeah, for the Preserving Hardcore YouTube channel.
Yep.
It's gone now, but there was literally 5,000 videos of
Damn.
any band you could think of from the early or even fucking. I've seen shit from the late 80s on there all the way up to like current times, which I think when the channel went down was like 2021. But
Damn.
Damn.
had
Took
an
it down?
archive of great shows.
I don't know why he took it
Like
down.
I don't think it was him that took it down. I think it was
Copyright.
Yeah.
Probably.
Oh, we got too many strikes or something?
maybe.
Yeah, I
That's
get-
stupid.
He was the one that had the footage of like Stout playing in Pittsburgh.
They played Pittsburgh all the fucking
yeah.
time.
I'm talking about the footage though that looks like it's in like a goddamn laundromat, and and Tad's like, somebody turn the freeze on in this motherfucker.
I got a chance to play with Stout in Pittsburgh, and I had seen and played with them numerous times in Baltimore, and they do great in Baltimore, don't get me wrong. But their response in Pittsburgh
Well,
punks Baltimore out so hard, dude. Pittsburgh loved Stout so fucking much.
I mean, just
It was nuts.
think about it for 2 seconds.
Yeah, that's
Of
true.
course
It's straight
they
up
would.
Pittsburgh.
Think about
now,
Pittsburgh
yeah.
people and think about Stout's music.
But, yeah.
It's,
Pittsburgh always,
it's literally that
also
Yeah,
Pittsburgh.
that Schwarzenegger
Pittsburgh
meme.
always had people, like, always had the bigger bands come through. For some reason, that was always like a hotbed for hardcore. That whole town. It was like, it's always done well. I've never played a bad show in that city, ever. No matter who the lineup was, it was always good. And yeah,
Shout out AJ.
yeah. But
We were talking about preserving on the way here. I haven't been to
I haven't been to either one of the.
I went to the old spot a bunch. I've been to the new spot once, but not in like the past 2 years. It was an awesome place to go to a show. I'll tell you that. I haven't been to the main like cathedral
the
room.
big church.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the basement, like, I'll say it's kind of like a setup, kind of like I'll say if you took soundstage and chopped it in half, or like took away 3/4 of the venue, that's probably about the size of the basement venue, and
Okay,
it sounds
nice.
great down there. And then you got the museum, the store. He's got Airbnbs there, which lately he's just been posting funny stories on his Facebook. Like he said, somebody took some teeth out. There was a family staying there, and in one of the rooms, he has some of his grandfather's old tools, kind of just like for display, you know.
Yeah.
They started using the tools to pull people's teeth,
Oh my.
and people were in the comments like, "You won't post a picture though," and eventually he did, but
Jesus Christ.
it's got to be stressful running all that, and
Yeah.
especially
Can't even
Airbnb.
Yeah. We were supposed to play there, and then the band broke up.
Yeah.
But I never had a chance to play AJ's venues. It sucked.
It's been a long time since I played. We tried getting some shows there, but he's got so much going on. If it's not like a big show, I don't want to burden him with him running it. But he's always like, if you can find somebody to run it, you can have the show here. So
well, we have a segment we do.
Real quick. What were you saying about your YouTube? You said you get.
Oh yeah, sometimes I haven't had a video taken down, but like I've noticed I get copyright like claims.
You get
on
a
lot
little-
of them. I think it has a lot to do with like the opening music, like right before the band starts.
That'll
and
do
stuff
it.
like that. Yeah, or I don't know if YouTube is just so good at picking up a band's music. Like if
They
that
are.
band has copyright, like even the live performance gets it. But
They say a lot of that shit happens. Like they have like an algorithm.
It's automated.
set where they will
Yeah.
watch the first 5 minutes of every video. And that's why you see like a lot of like podcasts and stuff. People refrain from cursing the first 5 minutes
Yeah.
because if you curse the first 5 minutes, they can't monetize
or
the
they'll bleep
video.
it out.
That goalpost changes though.
Yeah.
First it was 10 minutes, and then it was 7 minutes, and now it's
5.
now it's 5.
Yeah.
I hate even trying to think about keeping up with that
Yeah.
stuff. It's like
It's impossible.
Yeah.
You
It
you
is.
got to just do your thing.
And like-
I've learned doing this podcast and having a YouTube channel. You will get a little copyright, like a warning
yeah.
at the bottom of the video, and it'll limit it'll limit like your reach.
Yeah.
Just from having a snippet of something in there.
Oh,
And
no.
For sure.
it
New
doesn't.
Zealand won't see it. Oh my god.
Right. I think one of the ones that I got banned was like Switzerland or something. I was like,
Yeah.
all
Most
right.
random shit ever.
We got flagged for something for the outro music once.
It was from the song
Yeah,
because that song belongs to somebody's TikTok account, and it fucking
Oh, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
it found it somehow. It's the end, and it was 15 seconds of a song.
Yeah, what's crazy is you know that I forget the dude's name, but you know that meme where it's like I am having a very bad day,
Yeah.
and it's like the sad music and shit. I played that, so that sad music is a Kanye song that's dubbed.
Oh.
I played a snippet of that meme, and they copyrighted it for the Kanye song.
Jesus
I was like,
Christ.
oh my god, I didn't even know Kanye was in that song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably Kanye did it personally.
They really do be your own people. The best you can even hope for is to, like, if you have an idea of something like that, if you want to go through the trouble to like replace the audio, but at that point it's like,
I don't even
all
care.
what is all this work for?
And
Yeah.
who cares about monetization? And we'll worry about that if this ever blows up too big.
You
Right.
But in the
you
meantime,
literally
gives a
need
fuck.
you literally need tens of thousands of views to
Yeah.
get anything.
I was just about to
Yeah.
say because I looked at monetizing my live sets and I couldn't even do it.
You need so much to, and this is for crumbs too. We're talking about like
Yeah.
tens of dollars.
Well,
It's tens of more than I have in this moment, but
Yeah.
no.
we'll see.
But if you go to the Urnil Patreon,
Oh,
I was gonna
Plug
say
it.
that's
Took
what
the words right
Patreon's
out of my
for.
mouth.
plug it, buddy.
Yeah.
you donate straight to the creators.
That's patreon.com/IRRANDILL.
What does $3 a month get you on that, Tom?
It's an extra episode every week. Usually every single week. We're coming up on over 100 of those
Yeah.
in the tank right now. So if you could even, like, I'm not saying it you should, but you can pay $3 and have access to nearly 100 things in the back catalog
Yeah.
of like fun shit that we've done. Road
Don't know
pods.
what you're missing out on.
Getting drunk and playing Guess Who
Hell
was
yeah.
fun.
The Is It Your listening parties?
Oh, God.
Come on now.
There's over a dozen of those, so you can witness or partake firsthand and see how bad and good some of those bands are.
And coming up soon is Are You Smarter Than a Dildo, where we actually have our own version of Trivial Pursuit with just the usual gang of dum-dums
Hell
on
yeah.
it. But
Can't wait.
also, $3 a month gets you all that. And also, if you sign up now, Mike Morrow will send you a free case of Rap Snacks.
Of course.
Yeah.
How could I
So
forget?
I wonder what flavors they got out now.
it changes all the damn time. It's,
Yeah.
it's
So
ridiculous.
like the Migos chips and whatnot.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
cool.
Everybody says that the boozy one is the best one.
And the thing is
They need
weird
to
is
bring
like,
it back.
like the flavors will stay, but they'll change the wrapper of that,
Yeah.
who's on that label.
The classic Bath and Body Works
Because
routine.
I used to love the Cardi B chips, and now it's like the baby
Yeah.
instead. It's like, What happened to Cardi? Like, she don't get to fucking have chips no more? That's fucked up.
And it's all marketing, man.
Damn, I had the Rick Ross lemon pepper last time. Now they got Gucci Mane on it.
You know, I bet YouTube did it.
I bet Rick Ross beat somebody up over it, too. Though I just watched a video of him getting beat up in Canada. That was wild.
Oh, I seen that video, too.
Yeah. Right after that, was it Kendrick Lamar Drake beef?
Yeah.
Apparently, Rick Ross was performing in Canada, and him and his entourage just got the shit kicked out of him.
Damn.
Because they were just talking shit on Canada.
Well.
And Drake, and that's like Drake's like their national treasure. So they
Don't mess with the 6, man.
Fred Durst tried to bring out Drake in Canada, and everybody started booing. You see that?
Oh.
I don't know. I think I heard about it.
You'd think that those audiences
I don't know if he was
could
trying to
share.
bring him out on stage or dedicate a song to him, but all you just hear is.
Certified pedophile.
No, they were saying OVO.
Yeah.
I was saying Boo Earns. We have a regular segment for first timers on here. Sharm's been through it. This is gripping inquiries. This is 12 of the hardest questions you will ever be asked in your entire
All
life,
right.
John. And I want you to really think about these before you answer. But these are hard questions.
Okay.
Question number 1. Who is a better Dragon Ball Z character, Dr. Brief or the Bear Thief?
What if I'm not the most familiar with Dragon Ball Z?
Correct answer. You don't watch Dragon Ball Z. Good man. Question number 2. How long have you known your mom?
Wow. I want to say I got to know her in about the 4th grade.
Sounds about right, dude. Because that's when they start really revealing secrets to you and shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
about
you kind of technically know them before that, but you don't really get to know
I got
them.
the respect. I got her respect in the 4th
Exactly.
grade.
She
Like,
started treating you like another person and not just her kid. Yeah.
Yeah.
like I know you, but I don't know you.
Exactly, dude.
About 9 years old. That makes sense.
This is more of an opinion question. How do you feel about dog reunions?
Dog reunions.
Like when soldiers come back from the service and their dog greets them at the front door after they've been gone for like 6 months.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I will definitely shed a tear at one of them videos.
Correct answer.
Yeah.
Correct answer.
I think it's a little more sad when it's like a kid, you know,
Yeah.
like the kid one. I'll
Yeah.
really like.
Oh, when
that'll
when
get
they
me.
show up at like the school and the kid's like doesn't know and he turns around.
Yeah.
Dude. Or the ones where like the dog will like a family will move and some reason the dog just gets left behind. And then
Yo,
the dog,
fuck those people.
But then the dog somehow ends up at the people's like fucking house. Like that's just, oh, he's so loyal. And I just start blubbering like a fat idiot.
They don't deserve that love.
It's true. Well, let's get
Not the
do
dog,
that
but
to
the
your
person.
dog.
yeah. Let's get political, guys. More like Nancy Pelosi, am I right?
Palau's.
Right? Yep, correct answer. I am right. Good job, guys. All right, we brought this up. We brought this up earlier. We were talking about AI. If AI is so great, how come it can't make my dad love me?
What if AI doesn't have a dad either?
Yo.
Shit, my mind's blown. Correct answer. Wow, dude. That makes you think. Well, I guess technically it doesn't, just as a creator.
Exactly.
So it's like, oh, dude, it's like a cycle of abuse, dude.
But does it?
Oh, shit. It fits.
Yeah.
Dude. All right. This is more politics. I know this is normally not a political podcast. I don't know why I keep bringing this up. Rate this in order: truth, justice, twice baked potatoes. From least to greatest. Truth, justice, and the twice baked potato.
As far as like importance,
Yes.
justice, baked potatoes, truth.
Correct answer. Very correct answer. All right, number 7. You ever think about how scary we are to bugs?
Yes, I do.
Me too.
Especially very high.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
This is
I also think about how scared we are of bugs.
dude. I was in my bathroom. I was high on edibles, and the fly, like I turn the light on, and this fly just comes right at my face, and I'm like squatting, like, ah, get away from me, and I'm like, damn, I'm like that, but he's probably terrified too. And I spit a little bit when I said that.
24 hours to live, so.
Yeah, I took some mushrooms at my house once, and I was sitting outside summer evening, and there's hella bugs. Like
Yeah.
I can't even remember the type of bug, but it was almost like cicada-like.
Yeah.
And right as everything's kicking in, these bugs are like starting to hit my ear, shit like that. Yeah, it freaked me the fuck out.
That's
You
bad.
just
That's bad
imagine
enough
like those
sober.
things are like sitting like right by the nearest light. They're like, look, there's mushrooms about to kick in right now.
Yeah.
It's like, yo, go by his ear and rub your legs together. Like fuck, let's go fuck.
But I thought about like what sort of freakish fucking bugs existed. Like bugs the size, like a bee the size of this microphone had to have existed back then for us to be that freaked out by
like,
bugs.
You ever see like the old like ancient Egyptian shit, like the beetles they were like worshipping? Oh, those
Yeah.
things were like the size of like your forearm.
Oh, bugs like that are alive now in South America.
That's true. The ones that have like pinchers that are like 6 inches long.
Yes.
Fuck that.
Jesus
In the
Christ.
Amazon.
They had those bugs that like will crawl. Like if you're in the water, they will crawl up your dick hole.
That's a fish. It's a pacu.
Well, fish are just water bugs.
Shrimp are water bugs.
Whatever. I stick to my story. Question number 8. Moving right along here. Ever try to put your turds back in?
Can't say I have.
Me neither. I don't know who would even think about something like that. Question number 9. What do you think Pearl Jam's up to right now? Correct answer. Question number 10. We were discussing this on the Patreon earlier. You ever get stoked when the hot girl from high school gets fat arms? Like just like the hottest girl in your high school and like just wanted nothing to do with you, and then you see her like once you graduate and you're an adult now and she's just got big fat arms.
If she was mean to me, yes, it makes me very happy.
Right.
Absolutely.
Damn.
We were talking. I experienced this very thing in Wegmans a couple days ago. I was just like, dumbass.
Dude, and then and then you see that and you like see how like they've aged and you wonder like, were they really that hot in high school, or was I just have really bad standards for what was good back then?
Yo, you want a reality check? Look in your yearbooks.
Oh, it's brutal.
It's bad.
It's brutal.
I knew some pretentious ass people. I got blocked for wishing someone happy birthday one time.
Damn,
Outta
dude.
here.
That's all I said. I didn't say like you're cute, anything like that. Happy birthday. Out of here.
Any exclamation points? Any? Or
I don't
just
even
straight
think
up?
so. I think it's just, you
It's
know.
probably simply HBD.
That's cold.
Yeah.
I'm so glad,
Candles.
But I hope she gets fat arms.
dude. She will. As soon as like
Just
some
for that.
firefighter knocks her up, dude, she'll have some.
Yep, that's how it goes.
I'm so stoked that fucking social media didn't exist when I was in high school, because if I had to do that plus getting like shit on at high school by people,
Yep. They meet a cop. They got 3 kids.
Yeah.
They get a divorce. Seeing it time and time again.
and
I
the
can-
cop was the dude that peaked in your high school.
Yep.
Yeah.
I can count on things like clockwork to come around in cycles like that. It's that and an HBD on my birthday from John Bose on Facebook. That man has never missed a birthday
Dude,
with his HBD.
he's had my phone number for ages, and I haven't used my Facebook since like 2011. He still leaves me stuff in there. My mom sees it. She's like, John Bose said happy birthday. That's how I know things happen on my Facebook, because my mom tells me.
Uh-huh.
I was like, I haven't used that thing in like over 10 years. She's like, guess who wished you a happy? I don't give a fuck. Question number 11. This is more of a question to taste. Which Jake from State Farm is your favorite and why? Old Jake or new Jake?
I'm having a hard time remembering what the old Jake looked like.
He looked like a more normal Jonah Hill. Glasses.
Probably him. I can't say the new guy has done anything funny at all.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
Anything.
The new Jake is a hack.
That's
Yeah,
him too.
nothing's memorable. I remember his face. That's it.
Yep.
Damn. He has a great
Commercials
smile.
used to be good.
Yes, they
They
did.
did.
Yep.
Marketing, I think all marketing peaked in the 90s.
No, I agree. You were 100% right. I have that thought all the time.
Geico.
Ge-
was the
Geico
last one.
Caveman. That was the Geico
The caveman or the gecko?
The gecko
Both.
was cool.
Yep.
The squirrel commercial. You remember the squirrel commercial?
Where they would run out in front of the
Yes.
cars. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Classic.
That shit ruled.
That's my favorite.
Jingles suck now.
Yep.
If they're even, yeah,
Products suck.
they do.
I still want to bang fucking Flo from
Remember
Progressive.
when you had purple ketchup?
I want the AT&T girl.
fucking she was in a fucking show, and she's got heaters, dude.
I know.
She is built like a son of a bitch, and like in those
That's why. That's
those
why there's so
commercials,
much controversy with
she's
her.
so low key. She's so low key, and then you see her like in some other role, you're like, oh god damn.
You get the fucking Wile E. Coyote eyes. And
Yeah.
What the fuck? What is that?
I'm instantly looking her up on IMDb to make sure I'm not
Yeah.
a pervert. I'm like, dude.
Yes, exactly.
Lastly, finish this Mortician song lyric. I'm your biggest fan. I'll follow you till you love me. Papa.
Sigma.
Paparazzi. Sigma. Same thing. My favorite.
No.
Paparazzi is my favorite Mortician song. Let's see here. Tom, what's that sound like to you? One of those PSs?
Questions.
Perfect score. Look at that, dude. Did excellent. I think, Sharm, you think you got a perfect score too, buddy.
Yep.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I believe you're right.
I think Tabor might have tanked it, though.
Yeah, I think you got
Yeah.
it wrong.
That fucking weirdo.
He's fine.
All right, boys. Yeah. We get into our final segment. Every week, we give each other homework. What homework is Tom and I'll give each other a piece of music and a piece of comedy or variations of that to report back on the following week, and we always ask our guests to take part in it as well.
Yeah, so we can bring these things to the listener.
But
At large.
last week, we didn't have any guests. We were solo. So do you want to start with what I assigned you or what you assigned me? How you want to do this?
Let's see. I can start.
You go ahead, guy.
Let's see. No, his name was Kurt. You gave me I'll start with comedy. You gave me a comedy album. It was on Spotify by a one Kurt Metzger, who we're both fans of. The term underrated gets thrown around a lot, but I think more than underrated, I think Kurt's humor is like suppressed
Yeah.
by comedy at large because like he had a controversy or something that I actually forget right now because it was that not big of a deal, but like motherfucker's funny.
He got in shit because Amy Schumer got accused of stealing jokes, and he was a writer on her show that she had on Comedy Central back then, and he stuck up for her and really like went to bat for her against like everybody, and then she kind of just threw him under the bus and just like left him out to dry. Just was like, oh, he doesn't speak for me, because he was like attacking people that were attacking her, and then she's like fired him for it. So that was one of the reasons he just disappeared for a minute.
Well, I've never found her funny.
Yeah, me
But
neither.
even before that, but even that, fuck.
Yeah.
But the album you assigned me of his is talks to young people about sex.
Yeah.
I did find it on Spotify. I like how a lot of comedy albums can be found there now.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of which, Skanks for the Memories is back on Spotify.
Let's
Yes.
I just wanted to share that.
Yes.
Anyway, it was recorded in Philly. Stuffed garlic knots in an Ed Hardy shirt, leave it on the boardwalk in the sun, and grow new Guidos. It's one of the funniest things I've ever heard. Jamaicans have their heads up their asses. They eat cow heel soup. Would you like some pussy, Jamaicans? No, I have some doggy asshole soup to heat up. Put something gross in my mouth right now. Because they won't eat box. So good.
I love the bit where he was talking, I want to take a shit that feels like a monkey knife fight.
What if instead of jokes coming out of my mouth, it was air conditioning?
Yeah, that was a good one, too.
I don't tuck in my shirt because I'm afraid one day I'm going to shit my pants and it's going to shoot up my back and hit me in the neck. And the whole Forrest Gump chunk was just amazing.
Yeah.
This is a fucking... I can't even rate it high enough. It was so good.
That was an awesome bit.
I gave it an 8 at the first listen, but I'm laughing even just reciting these jokes, so it's higher than an 8. It's like an 8+.
I'm glad that that's somewhere other than just YouTube.
Yes.
Yeah.
You can listen to it while locking your screen or, driving or something.
You guys
It's very
listen?
peaceful.
You guys check that one out?
Yeah. He had a bit about townies, which I related to heavily because when he started talking with a little bit of the accent, and where I'm from too, people talk just like that, and
Yep.
it hit really close to home. The Forrest Gump bit was awesome.
Man.
Just thinking about Jenny's roommate listening to Forrest get the skin sucked off of him.
Shit.
Jenny could suck a golf ball through a garden hose.
Shit. Well,
That's Claire Underwood you're talking about there.
Let me fucking let's move to. I'll go into the comedy you brought me. Then we'll go to music after.
Yeah.
You gave me the podcast, the short-lived podcast,
Bastard Radio,
which I had listened to. Actually, just around then, I started re-listening to them. So I'd listen.
We did it at the same time, unbeknownst.
Yeah, that's weird. It's oh my god, it's like we're destined to be together or something. But
not if your agent keeps getting in the way of our love. Your handlers,
my handlers. But yeah, you assigned episode 3, but I've listened
episode 2
to all. Oh, it's okay. I listened to all of them. The food truck monster truck was great, and my favorite thing about it though is Tim Dillon constantly referencing Magic Spoon. Which is that spoon that had like flavoring in it, and if you stirred your cereal, it would give the flavor to the milk. He brings it up every episode. It's like Americans are fat because we have things like Magic Spoon, and then he will always chime in with his discount code from his own podcast on it because they were a sponsor of his, and just like the constant callback to that in every fucking episode, all 5 was fucking great. But Monster Truck Food Truck had me fucking chuckling for a while.
Did you listen back to the Tim Dillon show episode that he brought them 2 back on from last year?
I didn't listen back to it, but I did hear it when it did come out.
God, it's good.
Those 3 were great together, and it sucks that this was a short-lived podcast.
Yeah.
But
I gotta check out the other episodes now.
they're fucking ridiculous.
There's the 4 you can find. There's a live episode. There's the Tim Dillon show episode, and there might be one more somewhere. But
Yeah, the live one's from Skankfest, I believe. But yeah, I mean, I understand. Tim lives out west, and the other 2 are still East Coast guys.
well,
So.
Tim doesn't really live any one place. He bounces around constantly.
Fucking rich, that's why.
Yeah, he gets bored.
Do you want to get into the music I brought, or you?
Did you have thoughts on Bastard Radio?
I'm sorry.
So I was listening to it at work, and I had to like listen in and out of it, but there was a couple good bits going. I think Dennis hit on most of the good ones. The one about the Magic Spoon, bringing up the Magic Spoon, was pretty good.
That's good.
It was also weird listening back now that, what was that, 4 years ago? They probably recorded that. Yeah, Nick talking about like Cometown stuff and just,
Buying company
where we're
shows.
at.
And it was, that was from like right at the start of COVID when they did that.
And now 4 years later,
No Cometown.
no Cometown,
No COVID.
no COVID.
One of the backgrounds, because he did Nick filmed in front of green
It
screen.
got progressively more.
And one of them was in the back is like, go listen to Come Town, buy my merch, or I will kill myself. It's fucking ridiculous.
It had the craziest COVID beard ever.
Oh god,
Yeah.
it was nuts.
Yeah.
Because it was like down to here, but it was like shaved on the side. What the fuck, dude? It's fucking weirdo. Music.
You got 2 records, right?
Yes, you gave me 2 because I asked for, because our guest didn't show up for our 100th episode, and our guest didn't show up on it.
Imagine.
Who was
Kiss,
the guest?
They shall remain nameless.
Yeah.
I'll tell you off pod. It's fine. It's not a big deal. Just shit happened. First off, you gave me a band called Innumerable Forms, who I was familiar with, and the album was the new one, Philosophical Collapse. This is what I wrote was Tom seriously has some form of hero worship from Chris Ulsh and random washed out Boston hardcore dudes.
That would be DFJ.
Well, he's in the band too,
I didn't know that.
because there are other bands out there, Tom, besides whatever this ex-members of Rival Mob and Power Trip are up to. But onto Innumerable Forms. Pretty paint-by-numbers doom metal with the occasional fast death parts. Not bad at all, but the songs tend to follow a predictable formula, and the band does very little to stick out amongst the sea of other bands doing this. But it's got its good parts, and I like the style, but it just kind of lacks soul. 5 out of 10. Their older stuff's pretty cool. This one's just kind of like more of the same. Nothing new added to the mix. And I wasn't really feeling it. It was fine. And I don't know. But yeah, that Chris Ulsh guy has been like in 40 things you've recommended to me. He must be a dreamboat.
It had a couple riffs.
It does.
I think the production was awesome on it.
Yeah.
The leads were, there's so many damn layers. Big Incantation vibes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. If you took Incantation, a bunch of different fucking layers. When that record come out? 2022, I think it said. Is that what it said?
It was, yeah, 2 or 20.
Yeah, it sounds awesome. I mean, that style of death metal isn't my favorite.
No,
but I know there's like, you know, bands like Baphomet that's really good that does that style like a little bit more well, I think, than, I mean, all I give Incantation their props and everything is just not my type of death metal, you know. I do respect it. There are some good bands out there. I just like the crazy shit.
Yeah, it's fair. I mean, and finally, you gave me someone I'd never heard of, a woman named Angel Olsen. The album was called My Woman. This is pretty short. My review is nice. 8 out of 10. Wonder how long she was in Rival Mob. Because I was making fun of you for constantly giving me that one guy. But it was really good. The first song bugged me, though. Look, great song, right? But it just ends. It doesn't close out. It's just like the part just stops.
Hell yeah.
And it's jarring.
Shit rules.
It's like, what the fuck? Like, there's no, like, fade out, nothing. The song just stops. Like, I could have sworn she was in the middle of, like, a verse, too.
No,
and it just ended. I was like, all right.
You know, your cheat code is like pretty girl stuff. Mine is abrupt endings.
So you have no attention span.
What?
Exactly. But, yeah, I like that a lot. I thought that was really good. But, yeah. If you give me one more thing off that guy's discography, I'm going to throw a shoe at you. I'm not going to be a dick, though. It will be like a water shoe, like an aqua sock, or maybe just like a flip-flop. I'm not going to throw like a boot. I'm not a dickhead. You know what I mean? Did anybody else listen to Angel Olsen?
I did. I took a couple of listens. The production is really good on that, too. Super crispy.
Yeah.
You see the album cover?
Yeah.
Gorgeous.
Yeah. Crispy album cover, too. Thought Not Gonna Kill You was a pretty good track.
Yeah.
Cool song title, too.
Yeah.
I'll give it a 7 out of 10. Sounds like something my girlfriend would listen to.
It is a girl band.
Hey, man.
I mean, hey.
It's okay to admit that you listen to girl bands. Sharm. It's okay.
They're just bands.
It's
okay, man.
Bands.
It's 2024, dude.
But specifically, that sounds like something she would like.
So she obviously has great taste.
Yeah.
Ask her how she feels about the Rival Mob. She can hang out with Tom.
We can just be like, they're really good, right? Yep.
Yeah.
Nice.
High five. All right, I'll see you later. See you later.
Same time next week.
Yeah. All right, I'll see you out there. Good game, kid. Do you want to get into the music I brought you?
Yeah. Let's see. You gave me Black Army Jacket, the album 222. I listened to this on my way to work a couple times.
Oh.
I said, AFI? Question mark, question mark, question mark. Oh, wait, there's way more going on.
Oh, yeah.
Lots of it good. Is it grind? Is it music ADHD? Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I got through this record in what felt like a hurry. I don't think I'll be jumping up and down showing this record to everyone I know, but I really liked it, and I gave it a 7.5.
That's pretty high for something you don't know if you liked it or not.
I didn't know how I felt about it, and I had to listen to it again.
Yeah,
It's like,
it's
it is good.
It's different. Yeah.
It's odd, but it's really good.
One of the songs was in Japanese.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Was that by a different band or was that by them?
To them, I think.
I think it's a cover.
Oh,
If I remember, I think it might be a Gizm cover.
that makes sense.
I don't know. But yeah,
It rocks.
it's definitely a strange record, but I love
Yeah.
it. Like that and the later Brutal Truth shit was like my favorite thing for the longest time. Because it's grind, but it's like just weird.
Yeah.
But not like something Gene Meyer would listen to weird, but actually just good weird. But yeah. Well,
Gene, he listens to weird for weird's sake
he listens to like Ween.
Yeah, and Mr. Bungle.
I fuck with Mr. Bungle.
I
And,
fuck with
or I mean,
Mr. Bungle, too.
not Mr. Bungle.
No, Mr. Bungle's right. He loves Mr. Bungle.
There's another one, though, I'm thinking of, and it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Who gives a shit?
God damn it, that weird fucking band he assigned us.
Oh, I forget what the
What are
fuck
they
they were
called?
called. They were stupid as hell, though.
God, it annoyed the fuck out of me.
It wasn't obnoxious or anything. Boys, so we ask our guests, to bring us what they've been listening to lately. Just don't puff up your friends' bands. That's why we do that in the beginning.
Yeah.
So I want shit to that you go in and just like you found. Doesn't matter what year it came out, what genre, doesn't matter. John, what have you been jamming lately?
Okay, I picked the album LRHC. It's by a band called Lie from Texas. They are like a Spanish band. I believe they're Mexican. I could be wrong on that. They released a single called Creepin', I forget how long ago, and it was the only song that they had put out for a while. forgot exactly. I think they have like mariachi music to open up as a sample, and they would play it at the shows. So someone like got a video of mariachi music and people dancing, and then a hardcore pit going crazy, which I think is how I discovered them. And then back in July, they released their first like full length or whatever, their EP. So I really like it. For one thing, I'm Hispanic from my dad's side, so I really like LRHCs for Latinos Run Hardcore. So I really like that. And also, they have a very, I can't think of the word, but I feel like their stuff is palatable for a lot of people because it's not super heavy at all.
I think you nailed it with palatable.
Yeah.
Palatable is the perfect word, actually.
Yeah, I think that's what I was going for. But yeah,
Or
it's
accessible, yeah.
Yeah, you know, they don't like scream super hard or anything. A lot of the time he's almost got like a rap style going, but it's pretty different than I would say what you would normally hear in hardcore. They have like those record scratches, like some of that stuff that you would hear on like old Linkin Park.
Yeah.
You know, that sort of vibe. But that's been like one of the more significant albums I've been listening to lately that really like kind of rocked me, you know what I'm saying? I was telling Sharm on the way here, I really do listen mostly to a lot of my friends' bands and stuff like that. So it's a little hard for me on that one, but
fair.
Well, you're also elbows deep in your scene right now, so I get
I listen to a lot of bands in the scene for sure, but I gotta say that like the Pennsylvania scene, I listen to a lot of them too.
Yeah.
And I think Abject Misery is a really cool band that released their EP. I think it's called, is it Hell Reality?
It's a good name.
I think it's it.
I can look that up real quick. They're sort of the homies. Dice plays in Dead Upon Arrival as well.
It's called Hell what?
1 second.
He's looking it up because he wasn't sure.
It is Hell Reality.
Hell Reality.
It's very short. It's like 7 minutes, 4 songs.
Nice.
But it's also kind of unique. It's very heavy shit. Because it's got Ralph from 10 Slugs as the vocalist. But they got some cool samples and stuff in there too. Like they threw like a Chief Keef sample at one of the beginnings of the songs and some other stuff too. I'm a big sample guy, so I like when.
I love that shit too.
Yeah.
You should love Mortician then.
Yeah. All right, Sharm, what have you been jamming?
I got 2 records and a comedy album.
Go nuts, dude.
Sick.
I'll do the comedy album first. I just found this looking through different podcasts one day. Mike Recine, Union Leader, came out in 2015.
Huh.
I wasn't aware about this one, but
Me either.
really good. I'm not sure where it was recorded or anything, but awesome set.
It's on YouTube?
Yeah, it's on YouTube. I found it on Spotify. I don't know if on YouTube they have like an actual like video version of like, you know how sometimes there'll be a seat like a comedy album and then there'll be the special on YouTube.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's one of those type of deals, but he has this one bit about Billy Mays and it's fucking great.
The special he put out this year is one of my favorites.
I'm normal. Yeah, I like that one a lot. I love Mike Recine. He's great.
Yeah, straight
Yes.
up.
Out for Smokes podcast is probably right behind you guys. Probably my other favorite podcast.
Yeah.
I'm always listening
it is
to at
great.
work.
I forgot about Billy Mays, dude.
Yeah,
Didn't we all? Damn.
legend.
Rest in
The
peace.
2 records I'm gonna give you. I don't know if anybody's brought these before. The first one's gonna be by a band called Heavenward, and the album's called Pyrophonics. I don't know.
The
If
word Heaven, WARD.
Yep. Just like the hum
called-
song.
It's called Hydroponics.
Pyrophonics.
Pyrophonics. I don't know if you guys were ever familiar with the band Teenage Wrist, but
I am.
Yeah.
this is the bassist that left the band. It literally sounds just like something that Teenage Wrist would put out with him doing all the singing. Incredible record. I think it came out last year. Awesome summertime record to put on. Actually, I'm going to give you guys 3 records. This one's also on the lighter side, too. Paint My Memory by Somerset Thrower. Awesome Long
Spell
Island
that?
band. The band,
Yeah.
Somerset Thrower, SOMERSET THROWER.
The record's what?
Paint My Memory.
Paint by or my?
Paint My Memory, yeah. Sounds a lot like if you took like Sam I Am, you know, a lot of those 90s, 2000s emo-ish punk bands, put them in a blender. It rocks. Got to catch them at Auto Bar not last summer, the year before, at a free show, and blew me away. I was a fan before I saw them, but great band.
Nothing wrong with that.
The last record, I think somebody's probably bought this before, and that's why I was waiting until last. Embalmed Existence by Resurrection.
I don't think anybody has.
All I can say is just fucking riffs.
Embalmed what?
Embalmed Existence. I feel like if you took like Triptopsy, like the first record, Air, if you took that and put it together with like a little bit of Sepultura, like Beneath the Remains Sepultura, kind of got the same vibes. Off the wall shit happening at all times,
around.
but yeah, it's crazy that I think it came out in like 94, 95, but like it sounds a little bit ahead of its time.
Nice.
I'm not sure where the band's from, but just something I found on YouTube long ass time ago. I think it might have came out on Roadrunner. No, it says Massacre Records, but it fucking riffs. I think you'll really like it, Dennis.
Tommy, what you got for me?
Oh yeah, I forgot we didn't even go yet.
Yeah, you silly guy.
Let me see. Well, for comedy homework, you knew I was going to bring this to you, but I'm not going to spoil it. But it's the new special from Greg Fitzsimmons called "You Know Me."
I wanted to watch that.
It just came out within the last couple days.
Netflix?
YouTube.
Okay, I'll definitely check it
for,
out.
for free.
Hell yeah.
And I will say this though, like, what's the last thing he put out? Do you even know?
I can't remember.
An album, maybe
I was going to say.
late 2010s.
I've only seen him on other people's podcasts.
Right.
Yeah.
And his own that I didn't even realize
I think,
existed
like,
until
Yeah,
recently.
right.
I think with video included as well is mostly late night sets and like maybe a Comedy Central half hour.
God.
But I think he did do a couple albums.
I'll say this. Worth the wait.
Nice. He's
Hell
very
yeah.
good.
Yeah. And the fact that, like, I always, or I never occurred to me that he's literally an Emmy Award winning writer.
Mm-hmm.
And it shows in his
Really?
writing.
He
Yep.
wrote for
all kinds of shit.
Cedric the Entertainer Show.
Wow.
He wrote for Lucky Louie and Louie.
Mm-hmm.
He has a bunch of
Objectively, some of the funniest shows ever.
Yeah.
And music, I'm going to give you a Japanese band.
Ooh.
That-
Another one of my cheat codes.
I'm going to say, if you want to know what Japanese punk should sound like, it's
I
this.
already do know that it's great.
It's this record, and the band is called Death Side.
Nice. I know exactly who that is.
Bet on the Possibility is the album title.
What a great title.
The record fucking rips. Start
That's
to finish.
another band that young David Janis turned me on to.
Mm-hmm.
Well, since Sharm brought this up, and I've already had it on my list of things I wanted to bring to you, the Out for Smokes podcast, which is Scott Chaplin, Sean McCarthy, and Mike Recine. I recommend the episodes where it's just the three of them. The episodes
like
where they
which
have
one?
guests, it's kind of too much because there's three guys on the pod. So when there's too many people vying for mic time, it gets a little jumbled. So just go anyone where it's just the three of them.
Yeah,
The
like
Sean-led
number-
episodes are the best, I think.
Yes. He is a guy I don't know shit about other than that podcast, and he's funny as fuck.
Yeah.
Scott Chaplin sometimes gets on my nerves, but the other two are fucking fantastic.
So I'll just pick one.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think the most recent one's just the three of them. Musically, I don't see you liking this, but I think other people will like this.
Great.
It
I
is
love when he does this.
It is it's a collaboration album by Jello Biafra from the Dead Kennedys and the Melvins,
Great.
and it's called Never Breathe What You Can't See.
If you like this, you're dumb.
Just go into it with a stinky attitude, dude. And that's why you always have stinky opinions about things, man. Open up your heart and let the sunshine in, dude.
What's it called? Never.
Never breathe what you can't see. Jello Biafra and the Melvins.
Can't see anything I breathe in, but we'll see.
It's not true. Oh, I guess you've never done cocaine.
Nope.
I definitely saw that shit.
Nose beers are mad scary.
Yeah, they're not fun. Overrated. But that's what I have this week. Boys, thank you so much for wasting your time and coming up here with us. We
No,
appreciate
thank
it.
you
having
for
me.
inviting
Like,
us. Anytime, man.
And plug your socials and your YouTube.
Yeah, so my Instagram at Harbor Discussions is better to follow than any other social media. Every time I go to a show, I post a clip of the set immediately, and then I post another one when I post it to YouTube. If you go to YouTube and just type in Harbor Discussions, it'll pop up. I have a Patreon as well, Harbor Discussions. It's $5 a month. I post all my sets there early. Sometimes they're on there for a while before you're going to be able to see it. I just filmed Barncore, which was crazy.
Barncore rules.
all the footage is up
Shit,
there
we didn't
now.
Talk about that, man.
Yeah, I did want to give a shout out to the band that opened that fest, a band called Undermined from Virginia. Their Instagram is Undermined Hardcore. They have no music out or anything yet. They are like a brand new band
Kids.
that Hipfire played with in Virginia. Because I think this band Torment out there put them on a show with these people. Either way, Dre from Hipfire tells me, like, yeah, we're putting Undermined on this fest because some bands had to drop Barncore.
Yeah.
I hear all the time from all these people, like, this band's cool, this band's cool. I don't really pay it much mind. These kids were so young. Like, these kids had to be, like, in high school. And it's a female vocalist, too. And they kicked ass. Like, they're beat
They covered
down.
Hatebreed.
Yeah.
What song?
Puritan.
Okay.
But yeah, no, I just wanted to give them a shout out because I want people to be on the lookout for whatever music that they put out because I think they're seriously going to do some cool shit. Like, they did a good job playing Barncore, which, like, for people that young and that fresh to really do a good job at a show like that, you know what I mean? They had, like, the OGs in that room, like, really moving and shit. It was cool.
That's a cool
what's
fest.
up.
That's a cool fest altogether.
Dude.
And I think it was their
awesome.
second show ever was
Yeah.
Barncore.
Nice.
Dang.
Like, they got a good put on for that.
It was the third year it happened. It was probably the best one yet. So Labor Day next year, mark your
Hell
calendars.
yeah.
It's probably gonna happen again.
And you can
It's where?
It's in it's in northern New Jersey.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll just put it there for now.
And you
Yeah.
can find Sharm and his band Scrutinize and Don't Start None where?
We're everywhere. Instagram at Scrutinize HC at Don't Start None 420. I don't run that. Jake does. At Morbidity USA. Not many shows left, but soon to be announced. Scrutinize. We got the show in October coming up. Might have another show in November and some other things in the works. Trying to get some new music out.
Yeah.
Don't Start None. Going to be on streaming soon.
Nice.
Maybe recording a record. I don't know. I just gotta get Taylor and Jake on board.
By the time this
Luck.
is out, that show with NYC Shootout will be on Patreon. That'll probably be more fresh than Barncore, but there will still be Barncore footage on there.
Is it just Patreon / Harbor Discussion?
I think the link's a little bit funny, but
I'll find it.
if you go to my Instagram page, it's the first link on there.
We'll put it in the description for this
Exactly.
episode
Cool.
too.
Hell yeah.
Boys, thank you for coming.
Of course.
you.
Thank you so much.
Tom, want to hit that intro music?
Oh, yeah, yeah. I love you more than I can say. I love you twice as much tomorrow. Love you more than I can say. Oh, yeah, yeah. I miss you every single day. Why must my life be feel so low? I love you more than I can say. Thank you.